Hey friends, we are looking at Lumibricks set 12015 with 1,419 pieces. This is called the Forest Outpost, which is part of Lumibricks medieval series, and it is a full 360 build. It has a battery box, it has 8 lights, and at the end of this video we'll shut off all the lights in the studio and we'll take a look at just what it looks like without any other lights. It comes with 3 characters. It was released at the same time as the Ranger Camp, and they are supposed to connect seamlessly together. So we'll do that at the end too, to just see how they connect. So looking at this, what this is supposed to be is an outpost in the forest, right? And it's actually quite integrated with the trees, and it almost looks like it was built into a tree, or maybe is almost a tree house style. Of course, there is some rock work and stonework, so these are probably completely man-made, but this part of it here looks like it may have been integrated with a tree. It has some action features too, including a trap door that we'll look at here. This could be, you could think of as a jail cell potentially, and there is an entry over here, and there are ladders to let you get all the way up to this outpost, the lookout area here. A little bit of weaponry, and then we've got this wheel that can bring material up and down. And then here's that battery box. We've got a little bit of a river right through the middle with a boat. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at everything. Starting here with the boat. The boat's removable. And here's our first character. And she has only one face. She's got this kind of scowl on her face. Okay printing on her torso. And she is able to hold that oar. And you can take that off and put it right there if you need to. And there's that little boat. Small little build. We've got one of the lights right there, and that's the one that pulses. It has this transparent blue that's used here to just indicate the water, and then pretty good stonework all along the sides here. You can see that there's a vine running up along the side here, and the way they've done these vines is clever. They are actually green lasso pieces, and they're held here, and then you're meant to pull and then push one end of the lasso up here, and then clip one end of the lasso down here, and so that makes that vine piece there. Cool technique. We've got a practice dummy here for maybe archery or spears or whatever fighting that you might want to do, and the hands are made out of, they might be like royalty pieces, like a tiara that goes on top of a minifigure. I think that's what that is. Of course, as usual, everything is a printed piece, so that's printed. And then there is like a bell, I think, that goes over here, and a little bit of like a thatched roof. Here's one of the doors, so big heavy wooden door. On the inside of it, you can see that there's, I don't know what that would be. Maybe they've got supplies, either water, ale, or something else that's inside there. There's that first ladder that gets you to the second floor. Some arrows in this bucket right there. Those are, I think, some of the only loose pieces that we have in this set. And then some weapons on a weapons rack. Then coming around the side, you can see some of the stonework and some of the landscaping work. It's kind of nice there. I do like that the trees are nicely built. They are nice, and the leaves are nice and secure for the most part. Only a couple places where the one single stud is a little suspect, but for the most part, they're in pretty good shape and they're hold up for you. Here's another one of those lasso vines that are kind of woven up into there and clipped in. Pretty good coloring. They use like 3 different colors of green, and even in the trees, there's 3 different colors of green. So you have to pay attention or else you'll be sorry. And then here's that battery box, and you have the option of connecting USB-A as well if you want to, instead of using that battery box. That's a 3 AAA batteries. All right, and then keep on going. Here is the side, more of this rock work, and here it almost looks like it's roots. This is really cool. There is a crack in the wall, and this is a printed little piece to just show a little bit more of the greenery happening on both sides of it. But I love the way that the light kind of peeks through there, and you can kind of see that there's stairs. So there's stairs that go up, and we'll show you where they lead as we get to the top there. This little dude here, he's supposed to be a scout. I think he's an enemy that's scouting around to see if he, what he can learn about this particular outpost. So he's got that kind of grimace. He looks like he's up to no good. I don't trust him. I don't know what he's up to. On this side of things, you've got this almost like a jail cell. You can open it up, and it has a little bit of like pots and drinks and things in there. Stuff that you would give a prisoner, I think, is what's in there. You see the windows, so you get a little bit more light and then some more rock work. So let's go up a little bit. Going up, you see the second floor of this kind of prison cell area. Here's another one of our characters. He has a cape as well as a hood on him, and that hood, both are pretty well done. And the hood and the cape have a shiny side as well as a kind of matte side. So, and pretty good printing on his torso. His face is a little bit even. No double-sided faces on any of these, I believe. All right, so that's that third character there. And then we do have a couple of loose arrows in a bucket up there as well, so he can defend if he needs to up there. Here's more of the greenery. There is a bridge that you can walk across. I do wish they had some studs there so that I could pose a figure on there, but otherwise it's a little bit delicate. That bridge goes from this side over to this side where there's doors. And I think the doors push inwards. That's right, inwards to get in there, and then we can get in. I like that little lamp on that side there too. So the trap door over the prison area is right here. So it pulls up. So you see there's that little flap. And so that gives you access to stairs that take you down. So Lumibricks calls it a trap door. I thought at first it was one of those doors where if you step on it, you fall through, but actually it's more like a hidden door where you can access and go down into that lower area. So that's what that is. And then there is a bow and arrow mounted to that railing there as well. Okay, and then coming around here to this taller section, these panels do come off, so they're meant to come off. That's the first one there, and that lets you see in to the doors. Here there is a map, so there's a hidden map in there, and so maybe that's what the scout is looking for, is that hidden map. And then coming around, you see the window, more trees, and then you see this banner. So this banner is very similar to the banner in the ranger camp. You can flip that up, and this is supposed to come off. There we go. Kind of slide it open. So now you have access to the inside there as well. And on the other side of it is a closer look at that map. So yeah, that's how you can see all the way through. And then going up to the very top floor, you can get there by climbing that ladder that you see right there. So that'll let you go up to the very top floor. There's another one of these crests. It's the same crest as in the ranger camp, which is that deer. And really cool light up here. It looks like it's on a torch top. You can pose some figures there. There's a couple of studs on the inside to get one in there. It's a little bit tricky, but yes, you can do it. The rooftop of this section does come off, so you just pull it straight off. It's not really clipped in with anything. Really interesting shaping using those like bear claw pieces in multiple colors. And there's the bottom of it. It just sits right on the top of this. I don't know what you call it. It's like a bench that just holds it all. And that's the very top of it. And of course, there is that action feature we looked at, which is that you can just turn this and it will bring that barrel up. There's nothing inside that barrel. All right, let's turn off the lights in the room. There is still some ambient light from outside because it's right around 5-6 p.m. here, but it gives you a better look at the lights and lets them really shine through. I like the ones on the inside, especially that one and that one. And then the sconces are really, really well placed and realistic. That one where it's busting through is pretty hilarious. This one is green and under a plant. I'm not sure what the story is there. The one in the river, it's almost like it's a lantern that is floating in the river. But I think my favorite one is probably got to be this torch up in there. There's also another one behind the weapons rack. So it's down here. Let's see if we get a better look at it. There. So that's the weapons rack one. And then of course the one inside, super bright as well. It's right in the floor. And then you can see that there's definitely one inside the prison area. All right, so here are the two sets side by side, Ranger Camp, Forest Outpost, and they come together like that right there. That is pretty much the only way that they fit together. I tried it on the other side and that doesn't really work. They're not really meant to fit together here. They just don't quite line up. They almost look like they do, but then this would be at a weird angle and it doesn't completely close that gap. And then I tried other areas like there and there. It doesn't really quite work. I tried things like this as well, and you don't really get them to connect. And them fitting together like that. They don't click together or anything like that, but that's what they mean by seamless connection. And you could add other bricks if you need to fill in these side gaps potentially. Okay, so that's my look at the set. Hope you got to see everything you wanted to see. Like the video if you like it. Hit subscribe and I'll be able to keep sharing interesting sets with all of you. Thanks so much.